Oh man, Cat, we back, man. We live.
We back. We back.
Hell, y'all the one bought me. Y'all bought me all these clothes and shoes and the video game. I thought we was
Yeah, we back.
we back, man. Welcome back to No Excuses, man.
Welcome back, man. You know it's
On
Wednesday. You
today's
already know what time it is.
birthday edition of No Excuses, man.
Yeah, man. It's some
Have
lame
we ever
ass
did
nigga
this on
birthday
one of our
today.
birthdays before?
I don't know, but it's some lame ass nigga birthday. I don't know who he is, but this
Yeah,
nigga lame as
I
hell.
don't really fuck. I don't fuck with the nigga to be honest. I just know it's somebody's birthday. I don't fuck with the nigga either, though, to be honest with you. But you know, that is what it is, man. So, Cat, man, we got the Iron Bowl to get into. We got some college football playoff stuff to get into. Alabama still floating around in that world, man. But we'll get to that. I will talk about the Iron Bowl first. So, man, Alabama and Auburn played this past weekend. Alabama defeated the Auburn Tigers by a final score of 28-14. Jalen Milroe had 300. I want to say it was 360 total yards, 252 through the air, 108 on the ground, 3 rushing touchdowns. So yeah, give me your thoughts on the Iron Bowl, man. The last game of the regular season. How did Alabama look to you?
Kind of like the tail of it all season that I've seen. When Jalen Miro shows up and play Jalen Miro football, everything follows suit. So it went just like I probably predicted it to go. When Jalen Miro shows up and plays the football that he's supposed to play, there's not many in the country that can compete with him. You know what I'm saying? It's just what Jalen Miro you gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I knew he was gonna have a good game. Um, the defense, I was impressed by the defense. The defense been impressing me week by week into the anyway. Towards the end of the season, the defense looked good, man. Um, I felt like we contained Jaquez Hunter the best way we could. We did a pretty good job on him. Um, they didn't really the receivers here. They was really non-existent the whole game. So our secondary young, but you can tell that they getting better as the season progressed. They had got better. You know what I'm saying? And that's really a good thing that they got all these reps this year, so they'll be ready for next year too. You know what I'm saying? Xavier Brown and all them boys like that, man. They'll be better next year. They was showing me signs towards the end that they was gonna be good anyway. You know, because Xavier Brown he caught the interception in the game against Georgia, so I already seen flashes there with him. You know what I'm saying? So but like I say, man, when Bama show up and decide to play Alabama football, they win. Like it's just what Alabama you gonna get. They just been so up and down all season. It been kind of hard to call. You know what they. It's been kind of hard to predict what they gonna do because they just been so up and down. They didn't beat. They lose. They've lost to teams that I know that they're better than, but the teams that they supposed to. You feel me? Have trouble with, they beat. You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Teams you feel are more on their level.
on that level, yeah, but they
Right.
beat those type of teams. So Bama just been they just been unpredictable this season. You know what I'm saying? It's been hard to really predict game by game because you don't know what you necessarily going to get. But they did what they showed up and did what they always do when they play the Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa. It's always kind of like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember the last close game that Bama played Auburn in the Iron Bowl in Tuscaloosa, and it was actually close. When it's in Bryant Denny, it's always a double digit lead. The last one that Auburn won was the Cam Newton one, I believe, and that's been 14 years ago. So they showed up and did what they supposed to did. You know what I'm saying? So I was thoroughly impressed by the offense. Felt like we did leave some points on the field, with turnovers and things of that nature. But overall, man, Alabama played a great game to me. You know what I'm saying? Um, the running backs they look good. Ryan Williams, you could tell that you feel me. He's a freshman. He had that's probably the a bad game for Ryan Williams. that I've seen all season. That was a bad game for Ryan. But me saying it's a bad game, he still made up for it whenever he was falling down on that wide receiver. I think it was a screen. Was it a screen route?
If I'm not mistaken, if I want to say that was a third down catch too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, when he slipped and he still caught the ball, so he
Right.
made up for it. He ended up making up for it. But man, that's to be expected, man. He's a freshman. He's 17 years old. He gonna have games where he kind of off a little bit. But I don't look too much into that. I just chalk that up as him being a freshman, so he'll be all right. I'm not worried about that too much. But overall, Bama played a great game. Um, Sheridan was better this week. I wonder why, coincidental, he was so much better at calling plays this week, but against Oklahoma, we did none of the stuff that we did against Auburn. We used tight ends and everything against Auburn. We didn't do none of that against Oklahoma. So I'm trying to
Well,
figure out what.
to Nick Sheridan, me trying to shoot him some bail, we did throw the ball to TJ Dupree against Oklahoma. He just dropped it.
Yeah, true,
Like
true.
we did try to throw him the ball. He didn't catch it, but
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
that did happen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
Sheridan
just
was
glad
still
we
bad in
used.
that game. I'm just saying at that particular point,
Yeah,
he
we
was still
yeah
bad in that game.
we use more players in this game. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm glad that we actually
That I agree
like
with. I think,
utilize
trust me, on that
utilize
point,
more
I'm agreeing
players in this game. I was impressed by that. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, Jalen Miro can't be end all be all. We got to have something else to go to. You know what I'm saying? He can't just be, you know, all we depend on. Like we got other players that's good too. I'm glad that we actually distributed around and players was actually catching the ball and everybody was engaged, everybody was in tune. So man, Bama did what they supposed to do, man. They was the head and shoulders better team than Auburn here. The game, I never questioned Alabama winning the game. I just, didn't know what type of team was going to show up, whether they was going to be half stepping in there, coming there sleepwalking and finally put their foot on the gas. But they came in there ready. They came in there with their foot on the gas. So I was impressed, man.
um, I want to see where I go with this because a lot of what you say I agree with. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I think the Iron Bowl 2024 perfectly describes Alabama's football team. I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Alabama has had stretches this year where they've looked really good, stretches where they've looked really bad, stretches where they've really shot themselves in the foot. Alabama had 4 turnovers and won that football game by 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
I think that kind of tells you all you need to know about the Iron Bowl. I thought
Yeah.
Jalen Milroe played well from an A to a. If I got to go from an A to an F, I probably give him a B minus. I can't give you an A with 3 turnovers. Like it's hard for me to give you an A with 3 turnovers. Although he scored 3 touchdowns, I don't think we win that game without him, and I also don't think that game is as close as it was with him. You understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's kind of been Alabama this year in a nutshell. I thought defensively they played very well. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't understand Auburn's game plan. I thought Auburn's play calling was terrible. I
Yeah.
don't understand how you watch the film on what Oklahoma did against Alabama and had the success the week before, and you come into it and you try to throw the ball with Peyton Thorne 41 times and Jarquez Hunt only had 13 carries. You actually it's 28-14 because Miro on his 3rd turnover when he fumbled, when like he was jogging. I don't know what the fuck he was doing on that play, but like he was jogging, the guy hit him from behind and he fumbled the ball. Like he didn't get hit that hard, it looked like to me. But anyway, on that drive, this 28-14. Auburn actually has a chance to get back in the ball game, and you throw a trick pass with Jarquez Hunter. They get intercepted by Bray Hubbard. In fact, essentially, that's kind of the ball game.
Yeah.
Like around that
Yeah.
point in time, Auburn was still very much alive to at least make it interesting in the 4th quarter. They could have cut it down to 7.
Yeah.
So I thought Auburn's play calling was extremely piss poor. But defensively, man, Alabama played well. I thought Malachi Moore showed up, man. He brought an attitude. You could tell in
Yeah.
his last Iron Bowl, man, he treated it like it was. Man, he had 2 or 3 hit sticks. That's one of the better games I've seen Malachi Moore play in his career. He been at them for 5 years. I thought Malachi
Yeah.
Moore
That was,
played really
that was
well. I think Bray Hubbard has been a diamond in the rough in the secondary. And that's no knock because say Keon said we hope he come back next year. I thought he was playing really well whenever he was out there. So I'm excited for the future of Alabama secondary. I'm with you. Xavier Brown, and I'm watching him grow every week. He caught the game winning pick against Georgia, as you said earlier. He caught the game sealing interception the other day that really put it on ice against Auburn on that Peyton Thorne underthrown ball. He was trying to throw a deep shot. So, man, I thought Xavier Brown, I thought that secondary played well. I thought that's the best game I've seen from Tim Keenan. It feels like to me in weeks, man. Jahad Campbell did what Jahad Campbell does. I thought Justin Jefferson filled in nicely for Deontay Lawson. I thought that defense played really well, man. And one thing I want to do, man, I want to give Kane Womack a lot of credit because I remember a lot of people, man, talk so bad about Alabama's defense. And I'll be honest, it never made sense to me. Alabama's defense had a bad second half against Georgia, and they had a bad game against Vanderbilt, and they came right behind each other because Georgia game and the Vandy game. So that's a bad 6-quarter stretch of football that Alabama was playing defensively. So I understand where the concern for Kane Womack came from. But this defense has been pretty good all year, man. Coach, the numbers don't lie. They're second. I want to say they're second in the whole country in takeaways. They give up, I want to say it's like 16.8 points per game. People, Alabama got a good defense. I understand it don't look the way that it once looked in the early 2010s because football is played differently and it's officiated differently. Alabama got a good defense, man. It's a good defense.
In this era, 17 points ain't bad.
That's a good defense, man.
That's a good defense. If you go to team to 17, 14 around that range, that's a good defense in this era of football.
I'm gonna tell it to you like this. I don't care who you playing against. We all understand. I don't think Peyton Thorne all that good of a quarterback. I don't think Peyton Thorne is an SEC quarterback. I think he seems to be more like a guy that's for the group of 5. He should have played at a Boise State or, you know what I'm saying, just one of those types of school. I'm not trying to clown the dude. I watched him play 2 years in the SEC. He's not SEC built. Now, granted, Hugh Freeze play calling ain't the best in the world, but Peyton Thorne gonna make damn near any play caller look back. He's not a good quarterback. But nonetheless, for your offense to turn the ball over 4 times and your defense don't blow the game for you, that's the sign. That's a good defense.
Yeah.
It's a good defense, man.
Yeah.
For Ryan Williams, I'm gonna say this, man. He's been electric, man. We understand how good Hollywood is, man. We know that much. I think he might be the hit what you call a bit of a freshman wall. He is 17 years old. This is the highest level of football he's obviously ever played in his life because he can't go as far as the age can take you. And he's been really good all year, man. I thought in the Oklahoma game, he dropped the pass early. And I said, okay, that ain't like him. Then he caught a circus catch at the end of the game that ended up not counting, but whatever. The other day, man, he dropped a for sure touchdown that I'm pretty sure he knows. He had a fumble on our first or second drive. That might have been the first drive we had the ball. He had a fumble, man. Ryan didn't have his best game. In fact, you look up, you check his numbers. He had 3 catches for 53 yards.
Yeah.
Like, that's not an awful day in the office. It's really not.
No.
It's just he had 1 reception taken away from him because he fumbled. At least I think that's how that worked. I think that's how that worked. And then he had to drop touchdown. Like, I'll be honest, watching him the other day, it felt like to me he was kind of caught up in the hype of the game. He was real antsy.
Yeah.
So that's where I think in that situation, I thought Jalen Milroe played really well because he went, okay, the 17-year-old, he's flustered. He's a lot of his game. He's kind of, you know what I'm saying, he's
so
not
I'm going to go to
today. Let me go to the player, the veteran with the more experience, the German Bernard. Bernard had his best game. Did you know? Because, all I've heard is Alabama, they've only force-fed Ryan and all this. Did you know Bernard got more receptions on the year than Ryan Williams? Did you know that?
I can believe it. I can definitely believe it.
Jeremy Bernard has caught more balls than Ryan Williams.
Yeah.
Ryan Williams
He
got
don't drop
45
passes.
receptions. Bernard got 46. Now, Ryan got
Bernard
60
don't drop
touchdowns.
passes. Bernard don't drop passes for real though.
Exactly. All right,
He really
real
don't.
talk, because I want to keep talking about this game, but I want to ask you the question because I saw it on another Alabama show. I don't like to take credit from nobody do. I think it was the Bourbon. On Cover Crimson, the Bourbon show they got.
Yeah.
It's Aaron Suttles and I can't think of the other dude's name. It's a good show. I watch it all. I can't think of the other dude's name right now. But fourth and three. Not 4-3. Not 4-3. 4th-5. 4th-5. You Jalen Milroe. You gotta have it. You going around as Herbert Bernard. I think that's a tougher question than people think it is. I would probably
Man,
still go
I
Ryan,
probably
man,
go
but that's
Bernard.
tough. I might go Bernard.
I probably go Bernard.
I might go Bernard, but I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I'm gonna go with Bernard.
He's played more football. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
separate right now,
Bernard.
Bernard in Hollywood. Bernard knows where to be.
Yeah.
He just knows where to be.
Yeah.
That comes Ryan. Experience come with it, man. Ryan, I bet we know who wide receiver one is, but you can tell he's a young. Bernard has more experience. He's more polished. That's all that is. Yeah. I just thought that was a fascinating question when I heard that dude ask it. But man, I'm gonna tell you what I thought Alabama did the other day that was so clever. All with you, they got the tight ends involved in bunches, man. It was C.J. Dupree, Josh Cuevas, Robbie Oops got to touch the ball the other day. I thought the best thing they did, in my opinion, I didn't even know this till after the game. When I went back and checked the box score and checked the numbers. Jam Miller had 28 carries.
Yeah.
28 carries. That was the first game. Guess what? He had 84 yards, 3 yards a carry.
Yeah.
They said, you know what? God damn it, we're going to run the football. They finally led with the run game, and guys said, you know what? God damn it, we're going to commit to it, and we're not getting away from it. I love to see that. That should have happened for me way earlier in the season.
Yeah.
It took us too late to get to that point, but I did like what I saw. I thought Nick Sheridan was really good the other day. It's always glad to send the seniors out with a win in the Iron Bowl. I thought the bullshit they hit out of bounds penalty on Malachi Moore was terrible. I thought the whole little scuffle they had with Devontae Smith and Malachi Moore looked like Auburn was basically trying to jump two players that it was not working out for them. But I thought how you come out of all that and Devontae Smith and Malachi Moore both get flagged when it was Keandre Lambert Smith that started it with Devontae Smith because he's blocking them clearly when the play is over with. The whistle is blown and he keeps carrying it on. So I'm not mad with Devontae Smith for what they call for crashing out and defending themselves. I got no problem with that. I love to see the energy. So I thought the officiate did all they could to try to help the game stay interesting as long as they could. But in the end, man, Alabama was just that much better of a football team than Auburn. I think people watched Alabama obviously struggle with Oklahoma coming off their worst loss, and they watched Auburn get their best win against the Texas A&M team that was probably being a bit overvalued, if we're being honest. They played above. They played. Texas A&M has exceeded their expectations that many had before the season of them anyway. I mean, they started y'all losing at Notre Dame at home. What the fuck are we talking about? But no, I'm not trying to be funny. That really happened. So I think people looked at maybe thought A&M was better than what they really are. But, man, Alabama has just been a far superior team to Auburn all season. And we come into these rivalry games, man, and we think that it being a rival, anything can happen. This game going to fuck around and get close. It can be interesting. I think that stuff keeps the game close for only so long. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think eventually the rubber hits the road, man. When you turn the ball over 4 times. Now, granted, Alabama forced 2 turnovers as well. So, Alabama lost the turnover margin by 2, and they won by 2 touchdowns, and Ryan Williams dropped a for sure touchdown. This ain't a ball he was going to catch that made nobody miss like on some yak. No. This is in the end zone, dead in the hands.
Yeah.
Ball. He dropped it. Alabama should have won that game easily, man, by at least 28 points. If you win a turnover battle by 2 and I still beat you by 2 touchdowns, I'm way better than you.
Yeah.
Like, that's my whole take on that particular game. But I just wanted to bring it up because before we get into what's really hot right now. So last night, a bunch of Alabama fans, you, me, all us around the world sat around and We waited on the Tuesday night revealing of the college football playoff ranking, the latest edition of them. The last one right before Selection Sunday. Going into it, you had been seeing a lot being talked about on social media and on TV, talking about what's the committee gonna do between Alabama, Ole Miss, South Carolina, and Miami. Miami Hurricanes sit at 10-2. The three SEC teams are all 9-3. So how they gonna rank the four? Because don't none of them play this weekend. So however the rankings came out, we're gonna let you know basically, do you still have a shot at the college football playoff or not? I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Before I turn it over to you, I didn't think South Carolina really had an argument.
No.
The strength of schedule, South Carolina's at 16, Bama's at 17. They both 9-3. Alabama beat them head to head, and Alabama got the better win between the two because Alabama beat Georgia. They both beat Missouri. Alabama beat Missouri worse than South Carolina did. I understand Missouri had they starting quarterback here running back out against Alabama, not against South Carolina. So I understand how that could affect the margins. But goddamn, I'm just going with strictly the scores. So yeah. But I want to get to the main thing because the main one that everybody's talking about is Miami 10-2 and Alabama 9-3. How did Alabama get right in front of Miami? So my question to you: should Alabama be ranked in front of Miami? Now you know I just got the phone Bub about this. Me and Bub and I already had we done had a debate about it. I got to bring it to the L. I should have got Bub on the show for this. We just did a free episode without recording it. Basically, me and Bub did, but nonetheless. Miami, man, and Alabama. How you feel about the rankings that came out last night?
I think they got it right, man. I think they got it right. Especially if it's a 12-team format and you need a 12 team that that's left in the playoffs. I feel like Bama 9-3 is better than Miami's 10-2 and the rest of the 9-3. Ole Miss and South Carolina. Alabama resume better. It's easy to go to point at Alabama losses to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma. That's cool. But y'all cling on to these losses, but y'all don't value these wins that they got against Georgia, South Carolina, Missouri, and at the time when LSU was ranked, they went to LSU and won by 30 points. That happened. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to take that into account too. You can't just cling on to the bad losses just because it's Alabama. Because a lot of this is because it's Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Like people will understand it better. If I put it like this, if South Carolina had the same scenario that we had, you know what I'm saying, and they beat Georgia and LSU and all them motherfuckers like we did, I don't think it would be as deep as it is now. I just think the fact of the amount of people, it's a Alabama fatigue. People are tired of Alabama being in the playoffs, so I don't think people don't really think Miami is that good and that deserving of a college playoff. A spot in the playoff. I just think the fact of it being Alabama that goes account of it too. And then you gotta look at Miami resume, man. Miami hasn't played they don't have no ranked wins. They haven't played anybody. They strength of schedule is ranked like 65th in the country, 66, something like that. It's like it's laughable to Alabama 16th or 17th in the country. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? It's like this wasn't hard for me, and South Carolina was never a conversation for me because Alabama got them head to head. So how can you even entertain the thought of putting South Carolina over Bama or Ole Miss? You lost to both of these teams. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if Bama was favored by 21 and they only won by 2. They won the game. So that don't matter. It's wins or losses. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no such thing as you almost winning, almost losing. You lost, bro. A loss is a loss, a win is a win. You have to take it for what it is, bro. You feel me? But South Carolina, like I say, they caught fire, but they caught fire at the wrong time. They should have had this approach in the beginning of the season. It would have been different. They waited too late to want to start, getting their stuff together. When Bama then beat you, all this other stuff that took place. So that's just what happens with it, man. And Bama, they people say that they, always get the nod and all of that stuff, which is understandable. You gotta look at it, man. Bama earned that privilege. Bama got the most playoff appearances since the playoff has came about. They got the most championships in it too. So all of that plays a factor into this playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You got to know people because people will tune in to see that you got haters that tune in to see Bama lose. You know what I'm saying? And you got uh, a team that generate too much money. So all of that plays a factor into this stuff, man. You have to have some type of reputation into this. So I wasn't shocked that Bama was ahead of Miami, and I just think Bama is a better team than Miami. You know what I'm saying? Miami defense is not good. Cam Ward, I get it. He's a high, he's a great quarterback. I can't take it away from him. The boy is a game changer, but it's just the fact that he's on the Miami team that's just not very good. That team ain't that good, man. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that they 10-2. I get that, but we could go with another 10-2, another 10-2 team on Georgia or somebody like Georgia, a 10-2 team. Do you think Miami could win the games that Georgia won in the SEC? Could they come to the SEC and win those type of games? I don't think they can. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they 10-2 don't weigh the same. You feel me? Like, it just don't. I think Bama's 9-3 is more impressive than Miami's 10-2. Because if you give Miami Alabama schedule, I don't think they win 9 games, man. I just don't see it. They don't have a very good football team. They don't. You know what I'm saying? Cam Ward is, like I said, I give him his credit for, being what he is. He's a great player. But he just on a team that's just not very good. And the ACC is a weak conference. Like, it's just nothing over there. Like, back when Clemson was, good, you feel me? They was, back when Clemson was, the top tier team in the ACC, you know what I'm saying? They used to be good. But this ACC these days in this era, they're not very good. So eventually who you play has to matter. It has to matter. Like the record, I understand the record, but eventually who you play is going to have to matter, man. Like you can't keep playing these weak schedules and lose 1 or 2 games and then expect to get in just because you only lost 1 or 2 games to a team that like Alabama that played in tough that played a tough schedule. You know what I'm saying? Like Bama's schedule was tough, man. Like that matters. The committee look at all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bama is 3-1 against top 25 teams. That means something. Miami 0-1 against top 25 teams. Like all that stuff means something, man. Like I understand the record, and y'all pointed to go, y'all so quick to go at the record, which okay, we understand that, but eventually you're gonna have to show that you played somebody, bro. Like all that matters with this college football playoffs. The committee looks at all of that, bro. Like eye test, your strength of schedule, you feel me? All of that stuff. Like it matters. What win does Miami have on their resume better than Alabama when they beat Georgia? They don't have one. They don't have one, man. It's just as simple as that. Like, if we just going off the wins, like, come on, man. Miami doesn't have a win that's close, that's nowhere close to Alabama beating Georgia. They don't, it's not even close. Like, come on, man. Like, what do we do?
Can I interject?
Yeah. Yeah.
Forget the Georgia. They don't have a South Carolina or Missouri win.
A Missouri win. Exactly.
Resume. Forget the Georgia.
Exactly.
We ain't got to get to that. We ain't got to get to that.
Exactly.
Matter of fact, I'm letting you finish your point, my bad.
Yeah. They don't have a South Carolina or Missouri win. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't think it's this hard. I don't think the committee is going in there and having these tough ass decisions that y'all think they have. Like, fam, they look at it like, nigga, look who Bama play, look who Miami play. Come on, man. Who y'all think get the nod? Alabama. Like, it's not even close, bro. Like, for me, it's laughable that people even think that this is a conversation to me. That and the South Carolina. I didn't never get the South Carolina shit, to be honest with you. It never made sense. You played them and literally you lost the game. How can you get a nod over Alabama or Ole Miss and you lost the football game? That don't make sense. So now head to head don't matter when it comes to Alabama. Now head to head don't mean nothing. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this, man. We gotta stop this. It's a Bama fatigue. Y'all tired of seeing Bama in the playoffs, which is understandable. Okay, but just say that. Quit trying to come up with all these different metrics of why Miami should go in over Bama and South Carolina did this. Man, come on, man. Come on, fam. Y'all just saying this because it's Alabama. Stop. Like it ain't. No, stop, bro. Stop. Y'all ain't got no valid points to none of y'all saying at all. Folks got the 66 ranked schedule in college football, but they deserve a spot over Alabama, who didn't beat Georgia, who didn't beat ranked teams. Like what? Come on, man, stop.
Okay. I wanna have this discourse without coming off as the biased Alabama fan that many people probably already view me or you, both of us, all Alabama fans as. And it's fine. I understand it's fine because being biased ain't a problem unless you're an Alabama football fan. Just like people from New York, when they talk about rappers, they say having a bias ain't a problem until you're from New York. Now that's cool. I understand. Whatever. Right? People get annoyed by biases. I understand that. So I want to have this conversation objectively because everything you just said, I agree with. A lot of that I said to Bub on the phone maybe about a good hour or so ago. So I don't want to beat that into a drum because the South Carolina argument, I do agree. Why do I agree? South Carolina and Alabama both finished the season with a 9-3 record. South Carolina's strength of schedule is 16th. Alabama's is 17th. What does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? Their schedules are virtually pretty much the damn same. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest. You can damn near argue Alabama's schedule was tougher than South Carolina. Alabama did play Georgia. South Carolina played Clemson. Georgia beat Clemson 34-3. Clemson will get bought up in this later on down the road because they got the game with SMU. We'll get into that later. I want to focus on this right now. I don't understand where the South Carolina argument came from. Y'all both had the same record. The strength of schedule is not nowhere near big enough to make it a deciding factor. They're virtually the same. And Alabama beat you head to head. Goodbye, South Carolina. You don't belong. South Carolina versus Ole Miss, the other team that finished 9-3. They both went. Both of them finished 9-3. Ole Miss beat South Carolina. Ole Miss also has a better win than South Carolina's best win because Ole Miss also beat Georgia, if you remember. So therefore, South Carolina, once again, you lose. So, bam, that dispatches them two. Now let's get to the real one. Miami. Let's get to Miami. So you have a lot of people. Some people feel like as if Miami got snubbed, and that's cool. That you can feel that way. I don't because Miami's strength of schedule is 55th. That's not very good. You lost to who was unranked at the time, Syracuse. I'm telling y'all right now, the only reason Miami finished ranked in that poll last night in front of Ole Miss and South Carolina was because they moved Syracuse up to be ranked, so Miami resume looked a little bit better with their 10-2 record. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why Syracuse got moved up in the rankings was to try to boost Miami resume, and they ended up losing the game. So man, I don't understand the argument for Miami. Miami had struggle wins against Cal earlier this year. They had a struggle win against Virginia Tech. That Virginia Tech game, they rightfully should have lost. So anybody wants to talk about Alabama struggles this year, Alabama had a rough night in Norman, Oklahoma. Yes, they did. That's a 6-6 football team. Oklahoma had a rough day in Vanderbilt. Yes, they did. That's a 6-6 football team. Alabama lost to Tennessee, ranked number 6 or 7. I can't remember, or 8. I know they in the top 10 somewhere. And so Alabama had 3 losses. Miami got 2. Alabama's strength of schedule is 17. Miami's is 55. Alabama's schedule was literally 3 times harder than Miami's in basic mathematics. 17 times 3 is 51, plus 4 is 55.
Yeah.
If I don't know shit else, Fat, you know for a fact, I know my damn mathematics. I know
Yeah.
timetables.
Yeah.
If I don't know shit else, I'm telling y'all right now, get your calculators. You can look that shit up. 17 times 3 is 51. Alabama's
Yeah.
schedule is literally, per whatever metrics they use, 3 times harder than Miami's, and they finished with 1 less loss. Miami didn't really have a credible. Miami doesn't have a credible case because the schedule you played this week and you came out of it with 2 losses and you have no quality wins. Miami's 2 best wins are against unranked Louisville and unranked Duke. Meanwhile,
Exactly.
Alabama's 2 best wins are against ranked Georgia, who's going to play an SEC championship against Texas this weekend, and ranked South Carolina, who was also in this conversation, vying for their
Yeah.
playoff spot. They also have a ranked win against Missouri, who ranked number 19. Alabama went
Yeah.
3-1 against the ranked top 25. Miami went 0-1. The man last night, the college football playoff chairman, I can't call out his damn name right now. It's hold up, man. God damn it. Hold up. I gotta know his damn name. Hold up. Sorry guys, hold up. I gotta know the dude's name because that's gonna help me, goddamn. It's gonna aggravate the shit out of me if I don't look it up. Hold up. Give me 5 seconds. Ward Manuel.
Yeah.
That's his name. Ward Manuel. Ward Manuel said during the show last night that they looked at Alabama and Miami resumes and that Alabama got the nod because Alabama played a tougher schedule and they had a better record against ranked top 25 teams. Miami fans, you can be mad. I understand it because if I was a fan, I would probably feel the same way too. If I was a Miami fan, Alabama got the nod over us. I get the frustration, but at the same time, me trying to be the objective football person that I am, I understand why Alabama was ranked in front of Miami. I'm not finna sit up
Yeah.
and act like I have fake sympathy because I get it. The ranking makes sense to me. And guess what? If you disagree with that, that's fine. It ain't got to make sense to you because the ranking, that is set in stone between Alabama and Miami. It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Like that's no longer worth debating. It's over. Right?
So
Now, I want to ask you something else. And we'll wrap the show up on this one. This is the last segment right here. Barring major chaos, because I didn't think about it until it was said last night during the show that if UNLV or Tulane or one of them win, they end up winning the group of 5, and if Iowa State beat, Iowa State, Arizona State, one of them getting in because they are ranked, both of them behind Alabama anyway, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless, some kind of way you can have 2 conference champions that can come in and they can kick Alabama out of that last spot. And, like however that will goddamn work. So I reckon we'll see how that goes. But I'm just assuming, let's say the chaos that we are looking for this weekend, or at least more people can see happening thus far, is Clemson beats SMU. Let's say Clemson beats SMU. Do you think Alabama deserves to still get in the playoff over SMU? And Fat, don't you pound it to this audience? I know you never do that. I want you to give me your real honest opinion. Should SMU still get in with a loss to Clemson? Yes or no?
In my opinion, no.
Okay.
No.
Why the no? Now I want to ask: are you
My
saying
opinion,
no because you really feel this way, or because you're Alabama?
No. I really feel that way.
Okay.
SMU, the same as Miami. You haven't played anybody. You haven't played nobody. You don't have no ranked wins. It's simple as that. Like,
oh shit, you done.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if you don't, eventually, who you play is going to have to matter. It's just going to have to matter, especially when you're down to an SEC team. I'm sorry. Like, if they get in, I'm not going to be mad because, like I say, you can't penalize them for making their conference championship, and you can't do that. I'm not saying you can't, but in my opinion, do would I put them in the no? Because your schedule is weak. You haven't played anybody. You have no ranked wins. Clemson, this is your first ranked opponent. If you lose to them, I don't think
they played somebody ranked. BYU, they lost to them.
Yeah, but yeah. You don't have any ranked wins.
So if
If
they
you lose to
lose to
them, you'll
Clemson,
be oh,
if
oh,
they lose to Clemson, they're gonna be the lost to both ranked teams they played.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think you should get in the playoffs for that. I'm sorry. You already play a weak schedule. I can see
I,
if you had I can see if you had a ranked loss to two teams and your schedule was worth a damn, but your schedule is ranked like 60 or something in the country. So no, I don't think you no. I'm sorry, no, I don't. Who you play is eventually going to have to matter.
I
That's what it
agree.
is.
I agree with you on that. I'm gonna say this, man, because I asked you the question, and I don't want to sound like I'm giving a cop out answer. So y'all, please don't take it like that because I'm not. But Fat, I told you this last night. I've been saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. If SMU loses to Clemson, do I think SMU be pissed off if they didn't get in? Yes. Why? Because virtually you punishing them for playing an extra game and losing it when Alabama didn't have to play. I totally get the logic behind it. That makes sense
Yeah,
to me. I'm
yeah,
trying to be objective. I understand that. That's fine. So I would understand why they would be mad about that. People also have to hear the other side of the coin as well. SMU at that point would have lost to the only two ranked opponents they played all year, which would be Clemson and BYU. That is a
yeah,
fact. Whenever I'm
yeah.
telling y'all right now, because fuck how I feel. I'm gonna tell you what I think gonna happen. This is what I think gonna happen. Fuck my opinion. This is what I think gonna happen. And if I'm proven wrong, I'm proven wrong. I think if SMU lose I think the only way SMU could get in with a loss, they better damn sure lose close, and I mean real close. If SMU lose by double digits, it's over.
Yeah.
I just firmly feel that way. The way that he said the reason why he put Alabama over Miami last night was with the ranked wins. They were 3-1. Miami was 0-1 or 0-2 against the top 25. No, it's 0-1 because Georgia Tech ain't ranked. So they was 0-1 against the top 25. They're gonna pull the same thing with SMU and SMU 0-2 because it's like, okay, at this point you gotta put Alabama in over SMU because now you contradicting why you got them in front of Miami in the first place.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
this is a tough SMU. Now, granted, we can make all this real simple. SMU win the game, they end out, man. It just is what it is. SMU need to do us a favor. It just is what it is. But I firmly believe that Alabama gonna end up getting that spot if SMU lose, and a lot of people gonna be mad about it. They're gonna be fake mad
Yeah.
about it because people would rather watch Alabama play than SMU anyway. They're gonna be fake mad about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion on it. I do think that conversation is going to be very interesting. I've already been telling people if Clemson beat SMU, hold on, man, we got a comment in the chat. Daniel X said if Clemson beat SMU, they won't get in because they got beat by They got beat by South Carolina. Alabama beat South Carolina. I agree with all that.
Yeah.
I agree with every last bit of that. I'm just trying to really explain to people that if Alabama and SMU, if it comes down to them two for that last spot, don't be surprised if Alabama get it. Why? Alabama got the better resume. I think the eye test kind of tell all of us Alabama the better football team. What are we in? This is a big business. TVs, networks, big brand sale. Whoever
Yeah.
get that spot, the way it's projected, more than likely, depending on if DC move gonna be going to Notre Dame. Who do you say they'd rather see go play Notre Dame, a big brand, the biggest brand, Alabama or SMU? Respectfully to SMU, Alabama wins the brand contest. I don't think
Yeah.
that's controversial to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm saying this is a long-winded way of saying if I'm a
SMU
SMU
better win.
fan, player, coach, staffer, supporter,
They better
anything.
win.
If we lose to Clemson, I'm nervous as hell Sunday morning.
Yeah.
You do
SMU.
not want to get in that last slot
I put
contest
it like
with
this.
Alabama. They just
I
not
put
the
it like
right
this.
ones to get in there. Alabama gonna get the draw, man.
Yeah.
And it kind of just is what it is. I would be
SMU.
highly
Yeah.
shocked if Bama didn't get it.
Yeah.
And guess
SMU
what?
better win.
Hold on. Guess what? I'm a realist. If SMU was to still get in, I can't be mad.
I can't be mad. Yeah.
Because Alabama did this to themselves with their poor performance against Oklahoma the other night. So I
Yeah.
understand. All I'm saying is Alabama haters, Auburn fans, whatever, Georgia fans that kind of just don't want Bama because you ain't got to play them again. I see y'all in the back. I see y'all.
Yeah.
Don't be shocked if it happens. Don't be
Yeah.
shocked, man. I'm telling you. Do not be shocked if it happens.
Yeah.
I can see it coming. I can see it
Yeah.
coming. Ward Manuel laid the blueprint out for it last night. I think the only thing that can save it, the only thing that can save SMU, only thing that can save it, this is the first year of the 12-team playoff. Do they want to set the precedent of getting to a conference championship and potentially losing and missing the college football playoff? Because that could set a bad. That could be the only thing that saves SMU. And this the first year with this goddamn system. Only thing that might save, and that might not be enough.
Yeah.
That might not be enough. It might not be enough.
SMU got to win Saturday. I think it's a must win.
I kind of believe that as well. I do.
I think it's a must win. I do. They got to have it because you don't want to get into no bidding war with Alabama.
You don't.
That don't fare out well with you. I'm sorry. I'm just being real.
But
they literally got it.
Would argue that.
Yeah. Yeah. Nigga, Bama literally got in last year to an undefeated Florida State team last year. Anything can happen.
That's also different circumstances too.
Yeah, true. Well, true. Yeah.
That's
but still.
Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. I firmly believe this is my pick. I firmly believe last year, Fat, if Jordan Travis don't get hurt, let's say Jordan Travis don't get hurt.
Yeah, true. They get in. They get in. Yeah.
If Jordan Travis don't get hurt, I think Alabama would have got in over Texas with the head-to-head loss. I think
Bama was getting in regardless.
I think Bama was getting in. I think Alabama was getting in, and truth be told, Jordan Travis getting hurt gave the committee last year the excuse and the reason of, okay, now we can leave Texas in. It's gonna be hard to put Bama in without Texas because Texas beat them. We already got Michigan, and Alabama just beat Georgia, who was ranked number 1 in the country. Now it's easy. I think if Jordan Travis stay healthy, I think Alabama would have got in over Texas because Alabama would have got them had a tougher strength of schedule. I firmly believe that. Yeah. That's just what I think. I think Bama was getting in.
Yeah.
That's
because you got to take the count, Q.
I would not want to play that game if I was SMU.
Hey, because you got to take into account last year, Bama went undefeated in SEC play last year too.
Yes,
they didn't lose a game. So
they did not.
Yeah, that would have been hard for Texas. That would have been a hard pill to swallow, but I think they would have got the nod over Texas.
I think they would have got the nod over Texas. I really do. I firmly believe that because we'll never know. Yeah. We'll never know.
Yeah.
But that's how I firmly feel about that SMU thing. I'm telling you, and look here, Bama fans, I don't want y'all to be mad with me when I say this because I firmly believe it. If SMU lose and don't get in, them folks got every right to feel like we got fucked.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. They do.
They would have a legitimate gripe, and I would actually feel they pain.
Because you're penalizing them for making their
I'm not gonna feel sorry for them.
Yeah.
I just can understand why they would be upset. That would make sense to me. I'm just telling you, man, I see it play. I see it coming. They're already talking about the game being at Notre Dame. Whoever gonna end up in that goddamn spot. I'm sitting up here telling you, I can see Alabama getting it. I'm telling you, man. If you think they don't want to see Alabama in South Bend, Alabama in that cold, the Fighting Irish, the Crimson Tide, 2 of the biggest brands in this sport going at it in a playoff game in South Bend, believe what y'all want to, man. Believe what y'all want. I'm telling y'all right now. I see the play being set up. I see it coming.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can see that shit coming, man. Now, granted, all this all be for nothing if SMU beat Clemson. You know, all be for nothing, but I just wanted your opinion on that. So you say if SMU lose, they out. Right?
I think so, man.
And you say, no, you say if SMU lose, they should be out. I say if SMU lose, I'm not gonna say they should be out. I would understand why they mad if they out. Even the Bama, I can create the bias about me for this, man, because something about that just wouldn't feel right to me.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be objective, but don't nobody get it twisted. If Bama getting the playoff, nigga, I'm not gonna feel sorry for SMU. I'm a Bama fan.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, just call it what it is. But I will understand why they feel the way. I would at least be objective and say, you know what, man, SMU might have got fucked on that one. Although they strength of schedule is 75th, I'm just telling you, that this argument for the Miami strength of schedule is 55th. It's
Yeah.
55th. They put Bama in
Yeah.
front of them. SMU is 75th.
Yeah.
They played a worse schedule than Miami.
Yeah.
I'm just telling y'all, man. I tell you what, we will come back. We'll revisit this next week because by next week the playoff field will be set. We'll see if Alabama in it or if they ain't, man. But fact, that's all I got for today, man.
Yeah, me too.
Man, we appreciate y'all watching this episode of No Excuses, man. And we out.
Yeah.